Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your MLB Baseball preview and prediction for a Friday, July 2nd. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your weekend. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. Today's podcast brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join, and right now the players with the most wins at bullpenpicks.com is yours truly, Ron Raymond, at 639. Eddie O has 623 wins, and Ed Drake has 618 wins, and those are your top pickers right now at bullpenpicks.com. In fact, if you go to the top scores, you want to see who's hot right now. You got Mags at 786, in-game Jerry D. Harris at 693, and there's the sniper at 649, but a lot of these guys haven't played in a while. June 26th, but Jerry D. Harris played yesterday at July 1st. All right, let's get to those games here today. We've got a slew of games to talk about, and let's kick it off with the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the San Diego Padres. Now, the Padres losing late yesterday. They tied it. They went ahead last night against the Reds and then lost it late 5-4. And for the Phillies, they're coming off 11-6 loss to the Miami Marlins in their last game. They're playing on 1 day's rest. The bookmakers have made the Phillies a 125 favorite. You got Zach Wheeler going up against Chris Paddock. The over-under in this game is set at 8. ATS forecast, computer pick based on 17 games. Gonna favor the Phillies here. 3.3 to 3.1. The over-under is set at 6.46. 60% chance of winning here today on the Raymond Report Law of Average Theory. Compare a 37% for the Padres. And no streaks to really talk about. But San Diego, 49-34 on the season, while the Phillies 37-41, so they're looking to get back to 500. Dodgers taking on the Washington Nationals. 6-2 win yesterday for the Dodgers. Nice grand slam by Max Muncy early in that game, and they never look back. In fact, I think that game was cut off after the 5th inning because of rain delay, and they're going at it today. You got Mad Max Scherzer up against Julio Urias of the LA Dodgers. Now, the computer pick, gonna lean with the Nationals here with Mad Max. 5.01, 4.47, the over-under at 9.48. And when Scherzer goes for the Nationals, check out his over-under record. 12-3 on the season, but here's the double-edged sword. When Julio Urias goes for the Dodgers, the over is 12-4, so something's got to give here today. But one thing I did notice right there is that when Urias goes for the Dodgers, they are 12-4 on the season, and your LA Dodgers are on a 6-game winning streak. All right, Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, the Brew Crew winning yesterday against the Bucks 7-2. They're going to send Adrian Hauser to the mound today up against JT Brubaker of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And when Brubaker goes for the Pirates, the under is 11-3 in this starts. They're on a 4-game losing streak right now, 29-51 on the season. And looking at their strength of schedule, the last 7 games, they played a lot of tough teams. 63.2% in the last 7 games. That's the win percentage of their opponents, where the Milwaukee Brewers 9-5 when Hauser starts, and they're on a 9-game win streak. And I just I chuckle because I just remember that game against the Cubs, which I'll get to in a second. All right, we do like the Brew Crew here, 4.5 to 3.3. The over-under at 7.84. All right, the Subway Series, the Battle of New York, going to take place tonight in the Bronx. The Yankees taking on the New York Mets. They're a 135 favorite. Jordan Montgomery's still waiting to get that start. Every time he's listed to start, there's either a rain delay or something's happening. But he'll go tonight against Taijuan Walker of the New York Mets. And when Walker goes for the Mets, they are 11-3 in this starts. But you know what? Jordan Montgomery's been pretty good for the Yankees. Probably, probably been their best pitcher along. I don't know if Garrett Cole, maybe it's 1A, 1B right there. But you can't argue with Montgomery's team record, because the Yankees are 11-4 in Montgomery starts this year. The last 2 games have gone over the total, and the New York Mets coming off a 4-3 loss last night, and that was a really good game. It was 3-3, and then old Freddie Freeman there got the RBI winner, and the Mets Braves went on to beat the Mets. Good game, really good game last night at SunTrust Park. All right, but we do like the Mets here, 4.4 to 3.9, the over-under at 8.43. Tampa Bay taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, the Tampa Bay Rays pitching it's every year. I don't know how Cash does it. He's always finding new starters. And I'll tell you one thing: the most busiest guy in the Tampa Bay organization is either the GM or the pitching coach, because they're always finding who's going to be starting that night. And now it's Luis Patino going to get the nod here today for the Rays. He'll be up against Alek Manoah of the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, Manoah's still a rookie, still learning, And we all saw what happened there a few weeks ago. He got a little bit heated in Baltimore, but we'll see how he settles down tonight against an experienced Tampa Bay Rays team. I got a feeling you might get a lot of runs scored in this game. And look at this. I saw the computer, 6.13, 6.13, so a tie. But look at the total, 12.26. And again, the Kogo here is at 40%, meaning a 60% chance of this game going under the total on the percentage play. And speaking of percentage, we do like the Rays here at 71% at the Raymond Report. But keep an eye out on that losing streak, because Tampa Bay now on a 3-game slide. Houston taking on the Cleveland Indians now. The Tribe coming off a 7-2 loss to the Stros last night. Lance McCullers Jr. going to go up against Sam Hentges today of the Indians. The bookmakers, though, putting a big price tag on Houston on the road. -180. My line was -209, but I also had 107 for the Tribe. So you're getting good value here today on Cleveland. But you're up against Lance McCullers, who's 8-4 when he starts for the Stros. And we do like the computer out of 29 games. Going to go with the Stros here. 4.3 to 3.6. The over-under at 7.98. Chicago Cubs taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Now, we all saw what happened to the Cubs a couple days ago against Milwaukee in that afternoon game. They were up 7-0 early in the first or second inning, and then just got clobbered 15-7. So this is going to be a big bounce back game for the Cubs, more from a team psyche point of view, but they need to get their healthy players back. And Alex Mills is going to go up against Sonny Gray. Haven't seen Sonny in a while. He's going to get his start. And they're 4-6 in Sonny Gray starts, 3-6-1 to the under. Chicago Cubs now on a 6-game losing streak. And that's what I'm saying. This is going to be a big test for Chicago. And they can't come out slow out of this one, because once you get on these losing streak, man, it can go downhill really quick. -128 is the price tag here on the Cubbies, and I got +103 for the Reds. Reds coming off that big win over the Padres yesterday. They were down 4-3 late, and they came back to win at 5-4. 150 is the price tag on Cincinnati, and the computer pick based on 19 previous games in the system. Gonna go with Cincinnati here, 4.9 to 4.3. The over-under at 9.25. Chicago White Sox taking on Detroit Tigers. Now the White Sox winning yesterday 8-5 against the Twins. And looking at the price tag here, 140 for the White Sox, who are on the road at Common America Park here tonight. First pitch, 7:10. You got Casey Mize going for Detroit, and you got Lance, the burly right-hander, Lance Lynn going today for the Chicago White Sox. They're on a 5-game win streak right now. Their last 3 have gone over the total. 19% chance of winning according to the Raymond Report Law of Average Theory, compared to 45% for the Detroit Tigers, who won their last game 9-4 against Cleveland. They're playing on 1 day's rest, and the Kogo is at 36%. Again, Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. The scrappy Miami Marlins taking on the Atlanta Braves. Now, the Braves coming off that big win last night. Freddie Freeman getting that winning RBI. And the bookmakers putting them a 152 favorite. I had them listed at +138 on my value index, but I also had the Marlins at +164. The Kogo was at 56%. We do like the Braves in this one. 5.6 to 3.5. The over-under at 9.25. Pablo Lopez going to go here for the Marlins. He's up against Drew Smyly. Now, Miami got rain delayed yesterday, and they were supposed to play the Philadelphia Phillies, so there was a rain delay in that. So that's why Pablo Lopez is going to toe the rubber here today for the Marlins, and he'll be up against Drew Smyly. Minnesota taking on the Kansas City Royals. Now, the Twins losing yesterday 8-5, taking on the Royals, who lost 15-1 against the Boston Red Sox in their last game yesterday at Fenway. They're on a 9-game slide right now. Minnesota on a 3-game losing streak. So like the old saying goes, misery loves company, and they're going to meet today at Kauffman Stadium. And according to the Raymond Report, we see a lot of games, a lot of runs being scored in this one. In fact, 18.5 runs. Kansas City, 11. Minnesota, 7.5. The over-under at 18.5. James Happ going to go for the Twinkies. He's, you know what? Look at that. 10-3-1 to the over when Happ goes for Minnesota, and when Brady Singer goes for the Royals. They are 5-11 in this in his starts. And let me see here, what else? 33-47 on the year. Both teams have 33 wins. So the good news is somebody's going to 34 wins tonight. St. Louis taking on the Colorado Rockies. Let me see here. Arenado getting a big standing goal yesterday at Coors Field, and good on him. And looking good on the fans too for giving him some appreciation right there. Juan Oviedo going to go here for the Cardinals. He'll be up against Chichi Gonzalez here for the Colorado Rockies. I know you're just thinking right now, is he going to come up with that WKRP saying, you know what, I'll give Chichi a little bit of a break here today. And if you're new to the Rain Report, just go to Google, type in Chichi Rodriguez, or Gonzalez, or is it Chichi Rodriguez? Anyway, WKRP in Cincinnati, just Les Nessman, Chichi Gonzalez, and you'll get a good chuckle. All right, minus 108 here for the Cardinals is the price tag. I had them listed at minus 153. Plus 165 is the line here on my value index on the 165 for the Colorado Rockies. Computer pick, going to go with the Cards here, 6.1 to 4.6, the over-under at 10.84. Looking at the Rockies now on a 4-game win streak. In fact, I've been saying it all year. This Rockies team, they'll drive you nuts. They're Jekyll at home, but they're Hyde on the road, and they're playing really well right now. The last 5 have gone under the total. I always get a laugh when I see an under streak at Coors because, a bunt could be a home run sometimes, right? Looking at the chance of winning, 42% for the Cardinals, 29% for the Colorado Rockies. All right, let's get off that game. Baltimore taking on the Halos. The LA Angels coming off 11-8 win in the last game. In fact, that was a long rain delay game, but they got the win 11-8 in New York 2 nights ago. Their last 2 games have gone over the total. You got Griffin Canning going here today for the Angels, and you got Keegan Akin going for Baltimore, who are they're wishing they're playing still Houston because they had a great run in Houston. They swept the Astros, in fact. The 3-game win streak for Baltimore, but the computer pick going to go with the home team here. The Halos, 5.4 to 3.7. The over-under at 9.21. And looking at my line on this game, I had the Angels at plus 104. Boston traveling out west to take on the Oakland Athletics, who are coming off an 8-3 loss to the Texas Rangers. They struggled against the Rangers in that series. Frankie Montas up against Eduardo Rodriguez for the Boston Red Sox. They're 10-5 in Rodriguez starts, 10-5 to the over. Boston coming in hot here on a 7-game win streak, while the A's losing that last game 8-3. But the computer pick going to go with the hot team here. Boston 4.1 to 3.5. The over-under at 7.63. The first pitch scheduled for 9:40 Eastern, so this is going to be a good baseball game. In fact, when you look at the records on the year, Boston 51-31 on the year, and the Oakland Athletics 48-35. Going to be a great series this weekend in Oakland. San Francisco losing last night to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and that should never happen, especially when you're 15-30 on the year. But you know why it happened? Look at this. 4-game losing streak, and you know what? Let's be honest, San Fran has been having a great season, and they're just going through a bit of a hiccup right now, but I expect them to bounce back very shortly, but they'll have to get through Zach Gallen and the Arizona Diamondbacks today. But Alex Wood's going to toe the rubber here for the Giants, and we do like the Giants in this one. 5.9 to 4.8. The over-under set at 10.75. My line on this game, I had the Giants at minus 202, and you can see the bookmakers giving me a bit of a discount here at 147, and the Kogo I had it listed at 67%. And the final game of the night is the Seattle Mariners taking on the Texas Rangers. Both teams coming off a win on Getaway Day. In fact, it was Getaway Away Day because both teams were away yesterday. Seattle was in Buffalo and Texas was in Oakland. Both teams winning yesterday. 7-2 win for Seattle over Toronto, where the Texas Rangers won 8-3 over the Oakland Athletics. Kyle Gibson going to go here for the Rangers. He's up against Logan Gilbert. And both teams, although they have, let me see here. So Seattle's 42-40 on the season, and Texas is 32-49. Both these pitchers today have winning records for their teams when they start. In fact, the Rangers are 10-5 in Gibson starts, and the Mariners are 5-1 in the Gilbert starts, 4-1-1 to the over when Gilbert starts for the Mariners. Again, Seattle on a 2-game win streak, but we're going to lean here with Seattle, 5.2 to 2.9, the over-under at 8.21. All right, Trends Are Your Friends segment. I know you guys love these, and if you do like that, please post a comment and just say thanks for the Trends Are Your Friends. I love these. I just always curious to see if people like these trends, and if you can just post a comment, it'd be much, much appreciated, or give it a thumbs up. They'll do the trick as well. All right. 80% club, we got the Chicago White Sox 9-1 as a 140-160 road favorite versus a division opponent this last 2 years. So that's a pretty good record right there. 90% for the White Sox as a road favorite of 140-160 versus a division foe. The Phillies 9-1 as a home team coming off a 5-run loss the last 4 years. Cincinnati 9-1 as a 140-160 home favorite in the month of July, the last 7 seasons. So they tend to like the July month of baseball in Cincinnati. The Reds also 15-1-1 to the under. So 15 unders, 1 overs, 1 push as a 140, 160 home favorite off a win the last 2 seasons, so maybe check the under in that one. And the Cleveland Indians are 17-3 at home versus right-handers this season. Wow, who knew that, right? Cleveland Indians, and this is why you watch the Trends Are Your Friends, right? Because we're going to see if the Cleveland Indians are going to be your friend tonight, if you're going to be betting on them. And let me see if I got any more here for you. The Brew Crew, yeah, you know what? Hopefully they got any more hits in those bats from last game that they played. Was it 2 nights ago against Chicago? Was 14-7, 15-7, or crazy. 16-3 to the over for Milwaukee as a 120, 140 road favorite in the month of July the last 10 years. So that's interesting right there. And let's finish it off on a high note. Let's go to the Bronx. The over 10-2 for the Mets, who are playing the Yankees in the Bronx, as a 120, 140 road underdog, coming off a 4-run score against in their last game. So they allowed 4 runs against the last game. The next game, 10-2 to the under, but you got a pretty good pitching matchup there with Taijuan Walker up against Jordan Montgomery. All right, folks, before you go, I want to share you something. So one of my things in the Raymond Report is I don't bet on bad teams, and those are teams that are below 500. So what I did this morning, I went to my little matrix chart, and I grabbed all the teams that have a winning percentage of 50% or higher, and I went back the last 30 days, right? So if you follow the Raymond Report, you know that in the performance cycles, I look at teams in small and long-term cycles. And let's take a look here at some of the teams which I consider A-type teams. So teams like San Francisco, Boston, Dodgers, Chicago White Sox, Houston. Believe it or not, Milwaukee now has a 60% win percentage at 49-33. And what I did is I want to see in the last 30 days what are the teams, because you can have a good team like, say, Tampa Bay, who has a record of 47-34 for 58%, but they're going through a bad cycle. And when teams like this are going through a bad cycle, sometimes, you know, you want to bet on them, but maybe it's a good time to lay off those type of teams, right? So here are the teams that have a winning record, but are going through a bad cycle. So the New York Yankees, winning record, 12-14 last 30 days. Boston, 19-10 in the last 30 days, so they're a team you want to watch. Toronto, 14-13. They're up against Tampa Bay, who are not having a good cycle. And I'm just going to ignore the C-type teams, right, because I don't bet on those teams. 12-14 for Tampa Bay. This is what I'm saying. Sometime, you know, and there's somebody left me a question. They're going through a rut, and I will get to that question in that comment. But, you know, when teams like this are going through a little bit of a downsell, I just tend to just lay off them a bit until they start getting back on the winning streak. Minnesota, C-type team. Chicago White Sox, 16-10 the last 30 days. You got the Tribe, 13-11 the last 30. Detroit, no, they don't make it. Oakland, 17-10 in the last 30 days. Seattle, believe it or not, Seattle, they're back in the 50% club. They're 14-13. They had a good series in Toronto. Angels, nope, they don't make it. The Angels are below 500. Texas, below 500. Houston, 29 the last 30 days. Atlanta doesn't make the cut. Miami, Philly, nope. Philly, wait a minute. Philly, nope. They're below 500. Washington, 19-10. This is the hottest team right now, in my view. One of the hottest teams. Schwarber really, he's on a run right now. The New York Mets, do they? Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying, right? Do you trust a team? Even though they're above 500, they're not going through a good cycle the last 30 days. Chicago Cubs, yeah, see, this is why we look at this, right? Because these are teams, you know, you ever wonder, say, okay, you know, should I be betting these teams or should I be laying off? Are they in a good cycle? I know they got a good record, but are they going through that hiccup right now, right? I think the Cubs, you want to lay off them right now. St. Louis Cardinals, let me see here. No, they're below 500. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, 16-12. The Reds are 16-12. They're 40-40 on the year, so, you know, you can talk me in or out of that. Milwaukee, 20-8. Milwaukee, they were, if you watched the Raymond Report at the beginning of the year, I predicted Milwaukee to win the division. And let me see, San Fran 16-10, but they're going through a little bit of a hiccup right now. They are 3-4 in the last 7. Dodgers 18-9, Arizona, Colorado, San Diego 15-13. Now, what I did is, as you can see right there, I went and see those teams that were 50 and 60% above in the Raymond Report, so my A and B type teams. And now the teams that I went back the last 7 days, and these are the teams I'm going to recommend you keep an eye out for this weekend that you want to bet on. Boston, Dodgers, Milwaukee, San Diego, Toronto, and the Washington Nationals. Those are teams that I'll be giving a second look this weekend when I'm doing my selections. And again, folks, don't forget, you can learn more about the Raymond Report. Go to the front page, go to home, and then once you get to the home page here at atsstats.com, you see this logo right here. Just click on it, and it'll give you a bit of a description on how the Raymond Report works. I always talk about value, percentage play, and the cycles. And I got a tutorial here on how the Raymond Report, all the videos. It's July 4th weekend. I'm sure you got a lot of things to do, but if you don't, just learn more about the Raymond Report, learn about my performance cycles, situational handicapping, and you can get it here each and every day at atsstats.com. In fact, we're running a promo right now. You can get the Raymond Report each and every day, especially with football coming your way here next month, NFL, college football, and the CFL for our Canadian friends. And get 20% off a membership. Use promo code FOOTBALL2021. That's capital F, FOOTBALL2021, one word, and get 20% off your next membership package here at atsstats.com. All right, a little bit long here today. I apologize for that. Hopefully, but for good reason, giving you good information, and trying to turn this baseball show, instead of doing 3-4 videos, do one good video, put it all there, and invest 20 minutes into your sports handicapping. I always get, your videos are too long, blah, blah, blah. It's, if you're investing money, why not take that extra time, get the right information, be informed, and make a wise decision on your selection. And this way, feel confident knowing that the pick you're going to do is with winning information, which I hope I provide you each and every day. Again, if you do enjoy these shows, please hit that like button. And if you are new to the Raymond Report, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell at the top of the page, or hit the subscribe button if you're watching on a mobile device. Folks, have yourself a great rest of your weekend. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.